Expat Taffy is 76 years old. He lives in Thailand. He had a stroke in 2011. He said he is fully recovered from that stroke. He has claimed to be a genius. That's a 160 plus IQ. He constantly refers to himself as the brilliant expat Taffy. After seeing a video by David Percy, in which Percy made spurious claims about whistleblowers, the brilliant expat Taffy jumped on the whistleblower bandwagon. Every claim he makes is true because he says it is, yet every claim he has ever made can be explained away as pareidolia. It's been like that for 6 years. Expat Taffy published, on July 14, 2018, Moon Hoax, another blunder by Bertie Slack. The first 20 minutes is the same rubbish Expat Taffy has been making for the last 6 years. He takes an Apollo photograph, it doesn't matter which, draws an arrow on it, points at something, claims it's a flamingo, or a wine bottle, or a cat, or a motorbike. He then yells fake, claims he is brilliant, and that's about it. No proof required, so I'm not going to waste any time pointing out everything wrong in the first 20 minutes. Expat Taffy states that whistleblowers left clues in the Apollo photographs for him to find 50 years later. And if you want to know what those clues were, go and watch any of his videos. I covered all this in The End of Expat Taffy, Part 03. Please go and watch if you haven't already. The bottom line is that Expat Taffy cannot explain who his whistleblowers were, or how they did what they did, and they are the rock on which all his claims stand, and he has never shown that they ever existed. If you choose to believe Expat Taffy, and if you choose to believe his claims, and if you choose to believe that all the things he thinks he can see, including a black security guard hiding under the Apollo 16 LEM, who turned out to be Major Robert Henry Lawrence Jr., America's first black astronaut, who died in a training accident 5 years before Apollo 16, then you will continue to believe Expat Taffy, and nothing I say will ever change your mind. So stop watching now. You are beyond hope.
Hey, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I open up the email, and there's another one from a scientism website. They're flooding in like crazy right now for some reason. Yeah. Anyway, it said, get your head around the most mind-bending concepts in science.
Now folks, this idiot Bertie Slack has recently been taking another dig at the private life of the brilliant expat Taffy. He mentions in a recently published video, expat Taffy is 76 years of age. Yes, quite right. And many thanks to the Lord for that gift. And I pray to God that you never achieve the same age. And the next thing, folks, this idiot Bertie Slack has been condemning the brilliant expat Taffy for having a stroke 7 years ago. A stroke from which I made a complete recovery, and at the time, in a news report, it stated that there are 25,000 people in the UK suffering strokes every year. That's how common it is in the UK, but according to this idiot Bertie Slack, according to him, it must be something that anyone should be ashamed of. And the next thing this idiot claims, folks, he's publishing to all of you that the brilliant expat Taffy moved to Thailand. And quite right, he is. Yes, I did move to Thailand. And for very good reason. And here it is, slackers. There you are, slackers. There's the reason the brilliant expat Taffy moved to Thailand. The most beautiful woman I ever met. And we got married. And here's another photo coming up. Here are, take a look at that. What do you think of that, slackers? You could never manage to get a beautiful lady like that, could you? And she knocked spots off that one that Astrobrand tried to set up a charity to deceive people of their money, just like NASA are doing. And furthermore, slackers, just watch the next photo coming up. There you are, slackers. There's the photo of the wife there when she was 19 years of age, back in the latter 70s. Here she is on stage, winning the title Thai Lady of the Year. Now that photo, slackers, all I had was a black and white paper photo, exactly the same as all the Apollo photos would have been prior to the internet and prior to Photoshop. And do you remember, slackers? All of you numbskulls condemn me for saying the Apollo photos photoshopped. Remember the twat Astrobrandt, who was always speaking through it? He said none of the photos could be photoshopped because Photoshop wasn't out in the 60s and 70s. He was too thick to realize that they were photoshopped after Photoshop was introduced. Now, do you remember what a lot of you idiots said when I proved that nearly all the photos were photoshopped? Oh, you then changed your mind. Oh, they had to be photoshopped, to be digitized, to put on the net. Well, this photo here proves what mentally insane idiots the lot of you are. Because all I done with this black and white photo of the wife is put it through my printer scanner and saved it to my computer. And here it is, as you can see, digital imaging 2017. And it hasn't been anywhere near Photoshop. Slack ass. So that proves that you and the twat who's always speaking through his Astrobrandt, Brian Pop Robson and all the other idiots are all mentally insane and wrong when you state the photos had to be photoshopped to put them on the net. Well, this photo here is here, it's on the net, but it's not been anywhere near Photoshop, slack ass. Again, you lose. So there you are, slack ass. You've taken another dig at my private life, so now I reckon I deserve the opportunity to return the compliments. Time for me to take a dig at your private life. So folks, what do you know about Bertie Slack? How many of you know Bertie Slack, folks? Well, let me tell you this, he's not 76 years of age. The good Lord hasn't granted him that privilege yet. He's not married. No lady would want such a mentally insane idiot as this. He's middle-aged, and he lives with his mother in a shit little town called Billericay in the UK. He's a mummy's boy. And not only that, folks, he works for the BBC in London. And you all know what the BBC stands for? It stands for the Bad Boys Club, as far as I'm concerned. Because the BBC is the biggest nest of paedophiles in the UK. A company where its workers are given impunity to sexually molest children with the full protection of the law, as we have seen from the Jimmy Savile case. And not only that, folks, something more surprising came out in the news just about a week ago. And here it is, folks. Yes, here it is, folks. A recent article in the Daily Express. I leave a link to the article in the pre-report. BBC left stunned after secret survey reveals 417 of its staff are transgender. Oh, now what do you think of that, folks? 417 of its staff are transgender. Well, what about you, Bertie? Are you one of them?
Oh,